Iran's major drone and missile attack against Israel over the weekend has certainly ratcheted up the pressure on the House of Representatives to vote on some sort of aid package for Israel this week.
The House Republicans and the Republican Party understand the necessity of standing with Israel. We are going to try again this week, and the details of that package are being put together right now. We're looking at the options and all these supplemental issues.
All right, of course, that was House Speaker Mike Johnson yesterday on Fox's Sunday Morning Futures. Well, the question is, what might we see in terms of an aid package, and how soon might that happen? Well, joining me now to discuss this and more is Congressman Mark Alford. He serves among other committees on the House Armed Services Committee, and he represents the 4th Congressional District of Missouri. Congressman Alford, welcome back to Washington Watch. Always great to have you, my friend.
Thank you, Jody. Good to be with you.
All right, listen, before we get into discussions about the Israel support package, I wanted to get your reaction to reports that have come out regarding President Biden's remarks to Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, in which he reportedly said that the U.S. is not going to support Israel if there is a counterattack against Iran.
Look, this is a weak, failing president who is trying to hobble the state of Israel. We have had a close friendship with Israel for 80 years now. And for this president to try to hamstring a sovereign nation from defending itself and prevent it from being attacked again from by Iran, I think it's ridiculous. This president, look, if this president doesn't want to knock out select targets in Iran, which I feel like we should be doing, that's one thing. But to tell Israel that it should not be going another step further to defend itself and try to deter further attacks is beyond ridiculous. It's shameful.
Yeah, it really is. And this was an outright attack. I mean, over 150 drones are suited up for war. And this was an attack, and this is like the president saying to Israel, you do not have the right to defend yourself, and if you do, we're not going to support you. It really is just stunning to me. As you mentioned, we've had incredible support with Israel for 80 years or so. Now, let's get on to the support that may be coming forth. What do you think this Israeli support package, Israel support package, is going to look like? What should it look like?
Well, Jody, let me just review what we've done so far. Last year, we pretty much early on, once we got a speaker, passed a support package, I think $14.3 billion for Israel. It was tied to what's called a pay for. We were going to claw back some of this money for the 87,000 IRS agents the president's trying to sick on the average day American. Here we are on April 15th. The Senate would not go along with that. They did not want to pay for. The second package we produced was for an even greater amount of money, but it would not pass on suspension because the Democrats wanted aid to Hamas and aid to Gaza tied in with that. And we're saying there's no way that's going to happen. So now here's what we've got to do, Jody. I just got back from Israel. I was there last week. I have never seen anyone so determined to finish off Hamas, to finish the job and bring the hostages home. Benjamin Netanyahu, President Herzog have spines of steel. And it's a shame that this president is trying to deter them from actually winning this. But here's what we need to do as a body. We need to pass a supplemental that is robust, that is strong, that has no strings attached to it, and is not attached to aid for Ukraine. My fear is that's what the Senate's going to try to present us with. I'm hoping that our speaker does not give us a bill that has anything to do with Ukraine. These are two separate issues and should remain as such.
Could not agree with you anymore. And, you know, you're exactly right. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer's been sitting on the bills that were sent over from the House ever since they got there. What is it going to take for something to make its way to the president's desk? I mean, here we have Schumer sitting on this. What is it going to take to move him and to move the Democrats to action to actually help Israel?
Well, the pressure is building. You know, right now, this is it's a pressure cooker in America. You look at the video coming out of New York City, the protests that are happening now on the Brooklyn Bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge is shut down because these Jew-hating, terrorist-loving people who are making their voices known in an illegal manner are shutting down traffic, shutting down commerce. They should be arrested. Hopefully they will. But this pressure is building in America. The Democrats continue to bow to the loudest, most progressive voices. They've got to have a spine. They've got to say enough is enough. We are standing with Israel. If you don't like it, leave.
Yeah, you know, and it's back and forth. It's like we're watching a roller coaster. Last week, President Biden and his administration reiterated just again their claim that their support for Israel is ironclad, but that is not really what we're seeing, is it?
Actions speak louder than words. You can go out and say all day long that, yes, I support this and I support that. But look what this president has done. Early on, it took him a couple of days after October 7th to even react to what was going on there, the slaughter, the torture, the kidnapping of hostages, including American hostages. For him to try to create any division between us and the nation of Israel is wrong. We have to show our strength. Israel is our closest ally in the Mideast. We are inextricably linked with them. I truly believe as a Christian that our providence and protection from God Almighty is dependent on our relationship with Israel and us supporting them. We had better get our act together.
Congressman Mark Alford, always great to have you on the program, and this issue is critically important to you, to us, and to our nation, as well as the entire world. Thank you for taking time out of your phenomenally crazy schedule right now to join us here on Washington Watch. We appreciate it.